Hello, I am so excited to be presenting my PLC's lesson plan. I have my lovely roommate, Taylor, serving as the videographer and also serving as a student who's going to answer my questions when I ask him as a student. So, here is my lesson. Okay, my friends, today we are going to learn all about living and non-living organisms. Nod your head if you are a living organism. That's right, you are a living organism. When you wake up in the mornings, does your bed take a deep breath and eat breakfast? No. What about your dog? Does your dog eat breakfast? Yes. So raise your hand if you have a flower bed or a garden in your house. The plants that we see outside take in energy from the sun to grow and reproduce so they can make more plants around them. Show me a thumbs up if we think plants are living things. You're so right. Good job, friends. Who can tell me a short story about a non-living organism that they love or that they have encountered recently? Taylor!
Me?
Will you tell me a story?
How long?
Just short.
There's this pumpkin. Oh, is pumpkins living? Shoot, that's like...
Okay, here's a great opportunity for practice. Is this pumpkin living or non-living? This is a learning moment. This is non-living.
Non-living.
It's not growing. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So, tell me a story about it.
So there is this pumpkin, and he was at Trader Joe's all lonely, and then one day a girl named Taylor came and bought the pumpkin and helped the pumpkin find a forever home.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Good job. So before we start, who can use context clues to tell me what they think encounter might mean? If you've encountered something recently, what does that mean? Wonderful job. An encounter with something means that we've had an experience or a meeting with something. We can have encounters with both living and non-living things. So, Taylor, you are being vocal today. Do you want to tell me a story about a living thing you've encountered?
So I was walking to my car this morning, and I ran into a little puppy named Scout.
That's so sweet.
And the puppy ran up to me and licked my foot.
Oh, that is such a fun story with a living thing. Good job using context clues to know what encounter means. Who else has had an encounter with non-living things? That's okay if you don't have any more answers. We're just going to carry on. So maybe if you don't want to tell a story, raise your hand and show me. Oh, I do see some hands. That's awesome. I want everyone to pull out a piece of paper, and we're going to make a T-chart with the titles living and non-living. Here I have an example of what this will look like. I hope that you remember what a T-chart is because we've been talking about them recently. So here is a sheet of paper that you can use, and you can pull out your pencil pouch from your desk and you can make a T-chart. So, as we discuss the different characteristics of living and non-living things, I want each of you to write a list of the things that you hear under each heading. For example, if we are talking about living things, include our discussion under that category. You can do the same for non-living things. So, remember, living things breathe, reproduce, grow, and take in energy to accomplish the things I mentioned. You and I are living things. All of the plants around us, people around us, and animals around us are living things that grow, take in energy, and reproduce. Now, to Molly, who will finish the lesson. Thank you.
Okay, so my roommate is also filming me, and I will be doing the second part of this lesson. So, what else makes you and me living things, Maggie?
Breathing.
Good job. The teacher will then allow their students to share their interpretation and understanding of this concept. So now when we all talk about non-living things, what comes to your mind?
Dead leaves.
Okay. That's right, friends. These things are not living and we were never alive. These are the concrete things that we see every day. So who can tell me what concrete means? So it means that it is not abstract, does not move on its own, and has no properties of life. Non-living things around us do not require any energy to grow or reproduce. Why do you think that might be?
I don't know. I'm a finance major.
They do not grow or reproduce anyways. They are made of concrete objects that have no properties of life, who can give the class a refresher of the properties of life. Now let's go over. My friends, you are all so smart. Why don't we review what we put on our non-living versus living T-chart? The teacher will then allow students to share one thing they wrote, and along the way make sure their answers are correct and provide feedback in their answers if their answers are not correct. Those were some amazing answers. Now we're going to practice identifying living and non-living things. When I read this prompt, I want you to tell me 2 different things by saying them as a class when I tell you. What am I describing, and is it non-living or living? Here we go. Make sure you are listening with your listening ears on. I live in a house. The dog loves me, and the humans use me every single day. I do not eat my food, and I never move. I am only used mostly at night. What could I be? It's actually a bed. Is a bed a living or non-living thing? It's non-living. Let's try one all together. I live in the forest. I do not see much sunlight, but when I do, I feel nourished and refreshed. Sometimes deer will come by and eat me, but I can grow right back. What do you think I'm talking about?
Grass.
Grass. That's right. Grass is grass living or non-living?
Living.
Yep.
Yes.
What is not living? Raise your hand and give examples.
Dirt.
Yes. What a wonderful connection you just made. Anything that is not living thing is non-living, and everything that is not a non-living thing is a living thing. Now that you know the difference between living and non-living things, we are going to take a look at this graphic organizer. This is the graphic organizer.
She's right.
The graphic organizer gives us comparison between living things and non-living things. Did anyone notice anything important in this graphic organizer? That is a great observation. I am so proud of you all. Let's review the definition of living and non-living things. A living thing is anything that is alive now or was at one point in time. A non-living thing is something that has never been alive. Can anyone name an example of a living thing?
A person.
Yes, great job. Now can someone give me an example of a non-living thing?
A wall.
Good job. Notice how our graphic organizers give us several examples as well. We can take a look at and compare how these 2 things are not alike. What do you notice is different about them? Great, let's remember that living organisms use energy and respond to their environment. Thank you for all bringing your listening ears today. We will continue to learn more about living and non-living organisms, so I hope you are all as excited as I am.